Hi everyone! I hope that you are doing great and that you are learning a lot. No Spanish this time though. This one is for all learners who are in B1 and B2 levels, especially the ones who are struggling to get to that C rank, C1 and C2. The first thing you have to know is B1 is considered an independent level, an independent user of the language, if you will. Now, that doesn't mean that you know every single thing about English. You still have to see some grammar structures, some complex ways of communication, and you're gonna need lots of input. But I'm gonna go back to that later. But you're well equipped to continue learning using only the target language, meaning English this time. Now, getting to C rank is not an easy task, so I'm going to tell you 5 things you should do, or stop doing, to get from the B level to the C levels. And let's get to it right now. There is actually a huge gap between these levels, so progress between them is not really noticeable quickly. It actually takes a couple of weeks, a couple of months. It all depends on your intensity, training program, practice opportunities, etc. But you have to be constant and patient. Just so you know, you should monitor your progress every 2 weeks at least, and pay special attention to assessment tools. Some people may not agree, but the Common European Framework is a good place to start. Now, you don't have to read all this document, it's kind of boring, too long, and it only concerns teachers, and linguists, and sociologists. Okay, it concerns lots of people, but not you. But here's a rubric that is a little bit more simplified and easier to understand. Now, when you check this rubric, be sincere with yourself. Now, for instance, let's check the differences between B1, B2, and C1 only in listening. Now, in the description they mention B1, I can understand the main points of clear standard speech on familiar matters. Clear standard, that means like those guys from the textbooks. And familiar matters, pretty much your everyday conversation. Prices, places to go, minor misunderstandings at the university. But B2 turns up the level a notch. I can understand extended speech and lectures. Extended speech? What's that? Well, it can be about accents because, well, if you're thinking that there's only one British accent or one American accent, oh boy, you're gonna be surprised. Also, you don't know if people are okay. It's not the same to talk to a normal American guy, everyday conversation, pretty nice and gentle, or talking to a drunk. Yep, not the same. Also, they add follow complex lines of argument, so it's pretty far away about familiar matters. C1 continues with the extended speech, even if it is not clearly structured. So maybe you understand the idea, but there is something making communication a little bit more complicated. Again, practice with a phone call. Believe me, it's gonna change a lot. Also, the 3 levels mention something about effort. And if you're checking the rubric like me in this moment, you're gonna see that B1 and B2 say standard a lot, but C1 says with not too much effort, and the word standard disappears. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna add the link to this rubric here in the description, so please use it. Now let's head to the second one. The second one, you need all the skills. Some people say there are 4 skills. Some others say that there are some more. I'm gonna vote for 5 because intercultural skills matter. And it's kind of connected to the last one, especially if you're going to take an international standardized test like the IELTS, the TOEFL. There are also several tests from Pearson, but I tend to forget the names. Is reading your strongest skill? Then exploit it, use it a lot. Is listening your weakness? Get a training plan and get to it. Listen with purpose, so same as the avatar. You need to master all 4 elements, and the best way to do it is understanding that any language has at least 4 skills, and you need to use them all. If you focus your training in speaking, and that's a mistake that we have already mentioned before, your results will be, maybe you're gonna be a great speaker, but your proficiency level is gonna be there because your reading it's maybe 1 or 2 levels behind, or your writing, or to make things even worse, listening. So, train all your skills accordingly. Identify where you need to improve, and don't leave behind the things that you think that you're okay with. Let's go with the third one. You need to read a lot and listen a lot. Input still is the most important thing you need to use, not production. You want to write, you want to speak, that's great. Do it, don't forget about it. But you have to understand that you have to consume at least 5 times the input that you are going to produce later. So if you're going to write 5 paragraphs, you need to read at least 25. Oh, that sounds uneven. Well, it is an uneven relationship. So if you're B1, it's time to hit the books, and I don't mean those penguin readers. Yeah, seriously, they are not enough anymore. Here's the thing, B1 and B2 language still have different elements of everyday English. It's still gentle. B1 is actually really fun to teach and to learn. B2 is the transition stage, and that's where you're going to notice some roadblock. The best way to do it is with the right input. And that's because C1 and C2 kind of go elsewhere. Language is more elaborate and specialized, and academic English is the boogeyman in this case. So you're going to need the following: leisure entertainment materials like novels, comic books, bestsellers, some series, movies, sure, go for it. But now you also need to pick some academic, professional, or specialized interest material. Read an article, check a conference or a podcast about a specialized matter, and thank yourself later. Now, some may argue that if you do this, you're going to learn some unnecessary vocabulary that is either too old or too specialized. Okay, you don't need to use fancy words every single day in your life. But I'm pretty sure if you're gonna work in something that is really important, like, I don't know, you're an engineer in a big project, that street language is not going to be that useful. And you're going to need to understand complex vocabulary, even if it is archaic. So if you want to have that lovely C rank, you'll have to do this. Well, let's go to number 4. Okay, this one is pretty short. Subtitles. You need to learn how to use them. B1 users, B1 learners, keep the subtitles in English for a while. It's okay. B2 users, use subtitles at will. Plan to remove them from time to time, or watch an episode. I wouldn't recommend a movie too long, and then watch it again with subtitles, or without them. You decide the order. Either you can start without subtitles and confirm later, or the other way around. Now, if you're C1 and C2, guys, seriously, don't you dare. You shouldn't be using subtitles at all. If you still feel that you need subtitles, there's something really wrong with your listening. Okay, use them maybe if you feel too lazy to do it seriously, but now listening should be a skill that you already have. So C1 and C2, again, you should be able to do it with ease. If you cannot do it, and maybe you're listening still in a B2 level, train every day. I have a video in Spanish about how to train your listening and the different types of listening. Maybe give it a look. It can be helpful. And now let's go to our final recommendation. You need variety in your input and your output. Now, it's not only the industrial amounts of resources that you need to consume, but it's not going to be as effective if you're only reading the news from the BBC or you're just listening to that gaming channel every time you're stuck playing Monster Hunter. Guilty. Keep it interesting, use a wide variety of sources, especially if they have different accents. Please do it. And it may sound counterintuitive to some people, but try to use sources where maybe the speaker is not a native speaker. It's not a person from the UK, the US, Australia, Jamaica, South Africa. Kind of important nowadays because many people just communicate in English. I mean, you don't have the time to learn Japanese, and the Japanese have no time to learn Spanish. Common ground might be English. Get used to it and get over it. Everyone has an accent, and you can make yourself be understood pretty well, especially if you are in the top levels. Now, I'm not going to criticize you if you're going to hire a native speaker just to talk, but isn't it easier to meet people online in a, I don't know, specialized movie buff club and get the ball rolling? I did it. Well, not about movies, about games, but it worked. Or maybe you should read a book from a South African author, or Jamaican. Keep in mind this. Nowadays, English is not only used in the UK and in the US. It's a lingua franca. Treat it as such. And that's it. Follow this until your skills become a habit. Reading is a habit. Speaking is a habit. You're gonna get used to it. If you follow these recommendations, you're gonna thank yourself later. Maybe me too. So if you like this video, click here the like button and don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't done it. And if you find it helpful, share this video with the community. Maybe there are a couple of B1, B2 users struggling right now and maybe they need some ideas. Seriously, I need to take a nap. I'm feeling too sleepy lately. Take good care of yourself and keep learning every day. Bye! See you later!